Hello and welcome to BusyWorksBeats.com. I need you guys to smash that like button to extend that S. Let's continue this melody series right here at BusyWorksBeats.com. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make trap melodies from scratch. Let's hop into FL Studio. We're going to use my new plugin called Hercules and Hypnos at BusyWorksBeats.com/Hercules. Just right click here. We're going to open up Hypnos first because this has more of like the top line sounds. And Hercules, I like the bass in there. Let's go to where it says chord library. Let's go to keys. There's a lot of keys in here for you guys that you asked for. And let's just click on something random. So that's my piano on the back. Let me turn that off. Okay, so now we have this sound here. Now we're going to use this as like a glittery top end sound. Okay, so I have 4 components to my compositions here. We have the top line. This is the glittery stuff on top, or the moving motion up top. We have the harmony section. This is where we add the chords to our melodies. We have the contrast section where we add the counter melody or the bass, and then we have the rhythm. That could be an arpeggio, it could be a way we play guitar, or it could, be combined with those. We're at 140 BPM. Let's right click here and let's just use a formulaic approach to begin with. So we're going to pick what's called a tonic note. Okay, this note is your root note. We're going to take this note, count up 7 notes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is called your perfect fifth. Okay, and then from here, what we're going to do is count from the root note. We're going to count up 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to take those and we're going to make a sharp perfect fifth and a flat perfect fifth, which means a note above and a note below the perfect fifth. And the same thing with the tonic, a note above the tonic and a note below, because these basically act as like the same note. They're very similar. Let's create a melody around just these 7 notes. Okay, this is my 7-note system I've created at BusyWorksBeats.com, and it's my original system. So if you take this note, let's just start here at C. We're going to change the key, but let's just start here at C. I'm going to turn the sound down just because it's... Let's go down an octave, control down. Okay, now we could do half steps. Okay, and so let's kind of do this. Dun, 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 dun. Now, because I'm going to show you guys a melody effect technique. Okay, now let's figure out a way to add the fifth in. So we're adding that bounce, and then we could add a sharp fifth as well. So let's figure out a way to add that in. Okay, so let's keep the melody really simple like that. We're going to hit Control L, send this to the mixer. We're going to run it through what's called Transporter. This is a really good plugin for creating glitter out of our melodies. So Transporter comes with FL Studio 24. We're going to turn up the octave here, the reverse, and the octave towards the up direction. So it's going to add this glitter. And we could also turn down the original dry level so we could blend this effect in. So think of it almost like a texture in a way. And we could run this through reverb, so you guys can run it through Fruity Reverb 2 or whatever reverb you want. Let's just mess with, where is it at? Fruity Reverb 2. Let's give it a long decay curvature. Okay, so now we have the ear glitter that keeps the ear engaged over time. Let's open up another Hypnos. Now this layer is going to be the harmony. So let's go back to the libraries here. Let's go to keys and just mess with any keys you guys can find here. Okay, so what was our root note there? It was C. Okay, so let's build from C. We could do C minor or we could do C major. There's no right or wrong. Let's just add this in. Let's do C minor because I feel like we could do a lot with the suspended second chord. Okay, so let's copy this over. You guys could just copy the notes. The chord code though is 027 to create a suspended second chord. 0 meaning your root note, count up 2 notes, 1, 2. So I get the suspended second, and then if you count from the root note again, it's 0 to 7 creates the perfect fifth. So it's 7 notes up from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's how I get this. It's called 027, which is a suspended second chord. Then we can kind of have that as the background music. So now we're in that Drake vibe. So starting off on that suspended second allows us to resolve into the minor. Sounds a little bit different. Now let's get into the contrast layer where we add the density. Here's where we're going to pull up Hercules. This one's really good with the bass. Let's see what we have as our... So I'm just going to record this in. Now, I love this bass because it's bass, but it's not too heavy to where it's like an 808. My finger slipped there. Let's do that again. So really what I'm playing is a minor 7th chord, I just realized. Is that the half step? Probably take out that last note. But really what we're actually doing, this is why I said when you guys study harmony, you will understand melodies and bass lines way easier. So if you really break down what we played with the bass, it's a minor 7th chord. Actually, it's, well, let's just call it the minor chord for now. It's 0, 1, 2, 3. That's our chord that we played in the harmony, and I'll show you guys how. It's 0, 3, 7. So it's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That creates a minor chord, and we play the octave up top. So if we go back to our chords and look at the exact chords, remember we have the minor chord 0, 3, 7. So it's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We played these same exact notes just in the bass. And all we're doing is going downward instead of upward. So I kind of like this light bass. It's not like too bassy to where it's like sub bass. Because we can pull it down. But now it's like bass. Now it is darker that way, but I kind of like the bass to where it can still be perceived as melody. So let's just keep it in this octave. Let's start leveling the sounds here. Let's quantize the bass. Alt Q. Now we have all the elements. We just need rhythm. Now the sounds already sound designed to be good because I used my ear while I was sound designing. Let's hit Control L, send these to the mixer. But if you were to combine these sounds into a melody group, I'll show you guys some plugins that could really spice up your melody. The first plugin we'll add to this group is Fruity Delay 3. People don't understand this is more than one plugin in one. Let's pull down the dry level, keep the wet level at 100%, turn the feedback level down, turn the delay time all the way down. Everything else becomes an effect. We have a wobble effect, vibrato effect, we have stereo manipulation, we also have saturation here, and a filter. So let's start with the modulation. And before we do this, we have to route all the sounds to the melody group. Let's highlight all these sounds, hit Control, highlight, left click to highlight, and right click and route to this track only. Now everything's going to the melody group. Let's add some modulation to it. Some pitch modulation. I'll exaggerate so you guys can hear. We're just gonna pull this back. Let's add a little feedback for a little phase sound. Creates like a washy sound. You could also mess with the ping pong effect, but you have to create a delay time for this to work. You could also mess with the stereo mode to mess with the stereo field. So now we have a wider sound here. And also there's a saturation. If you guys turn the level up here, you can saturate a sound. Now for this, I'm not going to saturate the sound. Now another great plugin I love is the Kilohertz pitch shifter. Where's it at here? This is free in there, what's called the Kilohertz Essentials. So we're going to turn off correlate, and now we have jitter, which is like a pitch spread. And now it creates this natural granular weirdness and garbliness. You could turn up the jitter for more pitch wobble and mess with the grain size. For a smoother sound, you're going to turn up the grain size. For a choppier sound, you pull this down. And then you could also change the tuning here. Let's add the compensation on high just so it sounds smoother. And most people don't know there's a bit crusher from Kilohertz, and you can actually turn up the digital to analog conversion quality to get rid of some of the ringing you get with like bit crushers. That ring noise, you could turn this up to get rid of it, and now you can use this as like almost like a filter. It's just different than a filter. And then you can lower the sample rate. It gets rid of some high frequencies. So let's flip those sounds. The effects. Let's add all three. Okay, we probably have too much movement here. Let's take off the time modulation. So now it's just about adding sounds that grab the ear. And then messing with some kind of reverb. Okay, we can also go back and change out the sounds. I like the bass. Let's see what happens if I drop this down an octave. So again, like I said, I like my bass to where it sounds melodic. Let's go back to this chord sound and try different sounds here. So these sounds are from, again, Hypnos at busyworksbeats.com/Hercules. I'll leave a link below. These are my two new plugins. This one has over 100 sounds, whereas Hercules has over 340 sounds in it. But you guys can get both of these for the price of one for our summer sale here. So now we're just swapping out the source sound. Let's swap out the bass. This bass sounds crazy. Now it's too low, so we got to pull it back up. Now that bass really wants to play low notes, so it's hard for that one to be more of a melodic bass. So again, a lot of these are built to be strong basses. Forgot which one we had the first time. So we can always pull back that jitter and then pull back the original tuning. Now I'm going to add more high frequency detail by pulling off the bit crusher. This is going to add that high frequency back into the mix. So that's how you make really unique trap melodies that sound more like a drone and more than just playing notes on a piano. All right, guys, if you want to continue the series, smash that like button and let me know your favorite artist or producer you guys want to study next for this trap series. If you want to join in for free, just go to busyworksbeats.com and I'll train you guys for free, and you get access to the project files as well. All right, guys, peace out.